Hello there, my name's Catherine and this is my channel So Much Sewing. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with me. This channel, So Much Sewing, is all about sewing, as you might have guessed from the name. It's all about my sewing journey really. It's about making clothes for me mostly, fitting issues along the way, just general sort of sewing chit chat, things I might have bought, patterns, fabrics, that sort of thing. So yeah, just good old fashioned home sewing video. So I hope that that is interesting to you, and let's get into it. Today is Friday Sews, and as you will know by now, Friday Sews was created by Jen and from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And it's a really nice little comfy cozy package, all wrapped up in a hashtag where vloggers can post vlogs on a Friday about what they've been making, what they will be making in the future, and a little bit about life. And it's also where our fantastic viewers and subscribers, because not all viewers are subscribed, but that's another story, where you can come, type in Friday, hashtag Friday Sews, and you will see a whole bunch of vloggers all talking about what they're passionate about, which is sewing. This Friday, I'm working from home today and I'm on my lunch break, and I know I look like a tragedy, honestly, with my hair and what have you, but quite frankly, we're lucky I've got clothes on. And I have only got clothes on because I went down to the supermarket to grab myself some coffee because I ran out of coffee, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants Catherine who doesn't have coffee in her. So I zhuzhed myself up a little bit. When I zhuzh myself up just a little bit, if I go out of the house and I do nothing else, I always put some eyebrows on, some mascara, and usually a little bit of eyeshadow, just because I've got really hooded eyes, and since I lost the weight where all that hood was, it's all gone very droopy, and so I like to try and disguise it a little bit with some eyeshadow. That's TMI, too much information, and already I'm digressing, so let's move on from there as well. This week I really just wanted to show you a work week of MeMades. I work from home 2 days a week, today being one of those days, and obviously I just wear whatever around the house, but I have 3 days worth of work outfits that I would like to show you. I always really like to see these types of videos from other people, because when you show your makes, it's generally just you wearing that make and you don't style it with anything else, and it's just, you know, here's this whatever I made, XYZ. So I like to see the way other people wear their clothes in real life, wear the items that they've made in real life. So I hope that's interesting to you too. But so these are my 3 days in the office. On my last vlog, I talked to you about the fact that it was spring here in New Zealand and it was a beautiful day and it was absolutely gorgeous. Well, spring seems to have flown the coop. It's very up and down at the moment, which I guess is what spring is all about, isn't it? And so Monday I knew was not going to be a very warm and sunny day. And in any case, our office is always kept quite cold. I usually sit there with cold fingers the whole year round. In the heat of summer, it is nice because it does get really hot here in Auckland, New Zealand, where I live. And so it is nice to have the office at a nice cool temperature, but for the rest of the year I just find it a bit chilly. So on Monday I knew I was going to be a little bit chilly. So what I did is I wore this outfit, which is my brand new almost long pants by the Assembly line. I have just finished showing you those in my last video, so I hope that's okay. I hope you don't mind seeing them again. But what I did was, because I knew it wasn't going to be that warm, I paired them with my ankle boots, my favourite ankle boots, which are probably about Are they 4 or even 5 years old? I don't know. I have worn these to death. I absolutely love them so much. They kind of are showing a little bit of wear, unfortunately, but I try and keep them in good condition, and hopefully I'll get another winter out of them at least. So I wore them with my favourite ankle boots and with my Flounce Blouse from the Sewing Revival. And the Flounce Blouse I actually made for a Sew April Blouse 2023. And I think I actually entered that into, is that what I won? Nadia from, and I just temporarily forget the name of her channel, so I'll put it down here. Nadia ran a competition, and which I actually won, and I think I entered this. I think this was my winning entry where I won a 3-year subscription to Stash Hub. And Stash Hub is an English app where you can store pictures of all your fabrics, pictures of all your patterns. It's like Trello. Lots of people use Trello for that, but this is an app you can put on your phone. And so also, because it wasn't that warm, I wore it with this ready to wear blazer that I actually thrifted. It's not the bestest blazer in the world. I think it was probably really past its best. You really don't know when you purchase something online, you know, a second-hand item of clothing. They might give it all the great, fantastic condition, gorgeous, all the rest. Sometimes you get sucked in, and this, I feel I did get a little bit sucked in with this one. It wasn't quite as in great condition as they said it was, but I've worn it a few times, and I like it with these pants and with my Flounce Blouse. Incidentally, that Flounce Blouse, I made it out of a really beautiful brushed linen, and it's just the nicest thing to wear. I really love it. The second day in the office was Tuesday, and Tuesday was going to be a little bit warmer, so I felt a bit bolder about wearing, you know, something that wasn't quite so warm and snuggly. So what I did is I wore this navy knit dress, which is made out of a viscose jersey, with my Cuddle Up cardigan made in the Lady McElroy Cobra Corsage crepe jersey. You've seen that a million times already, that cardigan, so I hope you're not sick to death of it, but I wear it a lot. I won't tell you about the dress that I'm wearing because I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to talk about them both in my next vlog, but spoiler alert, I love it. And I've worn it with another pair of favourite boots. So this is the way I would have preferred to spend my day. That's the way I thought I was going to spend my day, in, you know, 2 light sleeves, 2 layers of light sleeves. But actually this is how I spent most of my day, because it was freezing, and I keep that sort of chartreuse coloured wrap on my desk in the office because I know I'm, you know, likely to need it at a moment's notice. So I keep that on my desk, and I ended up wrapped up in that for most of the day as well. But that's okay, I love that wrap. I feel like it goes with everything, and even if it doesn't go with everything, I don't care. I wear it anyway because it's just so snuggly. And this is what I wore on Thursday. This dress is actually one that I hacked severely. I did a lot of hacking on this. It's actually the Yvette dress from Style Arc, and I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the videos where I talked about my Sewing Revival Flounce Blouse, and I'll also link the video where I talked about my Yvette dresses down below. If I can figure it out, I'll put iCards up here or here, wherever they go. I seem to be able to do one iCard in a video, but I can't figure out how to do multiple. So I need to sit down and figure that out. But I'll link those videos below just in case you're interested in going back and having a look at what I've got to say about them. But this Yvette dress, I really love it. It's from a beautiful, made out of a beautiful fabric that I got from Harmer and Huff here in New Zealand. I think I got that at the start of the year. I did, because I was away on my Christmas holidays, staying with my sister in Christchurch, and I remember sitting at her dining table in the sun, scrolling through Harmer and Huff. I just found them for the very first time, and I've fallen in love with them, and I bought this anemone fabric from them. And the Yvette dress, as I say, I've hacked it quite a lot. You can see the difference between the stock picture that I'll put up here and my dress. You'll see what the differences are, but I just find that bodice fits me really, really nicely, and I've made different versions of that dress. So I wore that, and I was hoping to, because it was supposed to be another lovely, lovely day, so I wore that hoping that I was going to just be able to wear my dress all day, but no, I ended up wearing it with my other Trish Newbery Cuddle Up cardigan for pretty much just about the whole day. So those cardigans have been staples in my wardrobe, and I know moving forward the heavier charcoal coloured one, I'm going to have to retire that shortly for the year because it is really, really warm. But the blue Lady McElroy one, I'll be able to keep that going through the spring months very easily. Like I say, I need it in the office. Talking about putting away that grey cardigan for the winter, I have actually put away all my other, well, almost all my other winter clothes. I have kept out a couple of pairs of boots, the brown pair and the black pair that you saw earlier, and I have kept the grey cardigan and a couple of other things that are a bit warmer. This, for one thing, this is my Unwind hoodie from Emporium, made in a really gorgeous French terry that I got from Draper's here in New Zealand. So I've put all that stuff away, and I'm just, yeah, I've left a few warm items out, so they're just going to have to get worn to death you know, as I need them throughout the early part of the spring. I am going down to Christchurch next weekend, where it's going to be about 6 degrees cooler than it is here in Auckland. 6 degrees Celsius is, I think it's something like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which sounds like a lot to me, but I think that's what it is. So it's going to be a lot cooler. So I'm really going to have to, you know, I actually can't remember what I've left out of my winter items, so I'm really going to have to, you know, struggle to find something to wear. But what I'm going to do in Christchurch is, it's my granddaughter Lisa's first school holiday. She started school in July, and this is her first set of school holidays. So I'm going down there to spend a couple of days with her. She wants to go to the Paw Patrol movie. She's loved Paw Patrol for years and years, and she also wants to go to Arana Park. And Arana Park is a wildlife park, and it's been around forever. It was around when I was a kid, and we used to go to Arana Park. And my sister reminded me that you used to be able to drive through in your car through the lion enclosure. So you would drive into this huge big cage where the lions were kept in your own vehicle, and you were told, now don't open your window, you mustn't open your window, the lions will get in. And that's what we did. That's how we saw the lions. But you can't do that anymore, of course. They do take people through in a big caged trailer, basically. They drive people through but you know, it's crazy when you think about it. You know, 40 odd years ago, Mum, Dad and the kids all crammed into a car, you know, perfectly able to open the windows if they wanted to, and risking life and limb by driving through the lion enclosure. But anyway, these are the things you do, aren't they? So what else have I got to talk to you about? Not a lot, really. I know I have sent Katrina from Create Something Pretty, her pattern that she won in my giveaway last week. She won the Flounce dress by Atelier Jute. She's very excited to get that made up, and I can't wait to see her wear that. So, and it was actually really good. Lots of people requested New Zealand patterns, so I was really pleased to see that. There was lots of Sewing Revival, there was Trish Newbery, there was Paper Theory, there was Paper Cut Patterns, so lots of people getting on board with the New Zealand patterns, so I thought that was really awesome to see. I also wanted to let you know that Auckland Sewing Supplies, I think that's what they're called, I'll put their name down here anyway, have started stocking Mariflex thread. They are stocking giant 2,000 metre cones, and they have just started stocking, I think they're 500 metre cones as well. So I did buy myself a 2,000 metre cone of Mariflex thread when I was in picking up my overlocker recently, because I had to send it in again. But so I did buy one of those cones, and then I realised it's actually not going to fit on my sewing machine at all, because my sewing machine, you lift the lid to it, and the thread sits on a spool that sticks out sideways like that, and so there just isn't enough room in the top of the sewing machine to put a giant cone the size of 2,000 metres. So I was so annoyed with myself, but my husband has very cleverly made up a contraption. This is just the prototype, so it's not finished yet. I wanted to show it to you. It's huge, but I think it's going to work. So this is what he came up with. So this is the giant cone that is not going to fit inside my sewing machine. So I made this wooden frame out of a packing case. He's bought this giant bolt. He's going to cut that down once we realise, we figured out whether it's going to fit or not. He's going to cut that down so it fits. There's a, let me see, he's made a little thing here to sit inside the bottom of the cone. Can you see that? Oh gosh. Anyway. So it doesn't slop around, and then you just do that up, and then so this will sit behind my sewing machine and come out this way and go through the machine. I haven't tried it out yet. I need to try it. We think he might need to drill a hole through here for the thread to go through, otherwise it's going to get pulled past that little cut out here. He's going to polish it all up, sand it, polish it, make it all lovely for me. But I just thought that was really cute of him to do that. So I hope it works out, this crazy medieval torture device. So I hope that works out, because that cone of thread was $28, so it would be good if I was able to use it. Along with clearing out my wardrobe of my winter clothes, I really need to do a bit of a sort out with my fabrics. I've sorted my patterns out recently, so they are pretty well organised and stashed, but the fabrics I need to, because I had pulled out a whole lot of winter fabrics that I thought to myself, I'm going to use those this winter, I'm going to make those up. So I pulled out lots of winter fabrics that I ended up not using. So I want to do the same. I want to put those away and pull out some summer fabrics and just have a really good tidy up. I've got loads of, scraps that are not really scraps. They're half a metre, 3/4 of a metre, that I need to put somewhere. At the moment I've sort of got them all bunched up with my smaller pieces, that are really only good for pockets and facings and accents and that sort of thing. So I need to separate those out, so I know exactly what I've got, pull out some summer fabrics and make some actual plans, actually stand and play in my wardrobe, see what I've got in my summer wardrobe already and what I might need to make to fill some gaps. As you know, I've basically, well, you probably don't know, but I basically don't really have much ready to wear clothing in my wardrobe at all, because when I lost the weight, I started making clothes to replace all the stuff I had to get rid of. So most of my wardrobe, honestly, genuinely, hand on heart, is MeMade. It doesn't have to be MeMade. I can buy ready-to-wear clothing if I want to, but I'm really enjoying making everything. And so what I want to do is stand in my wardrobe, have a play, see what I've got, dress it all up, come up with outfits, and then decide what it is that I'm missing. Like I realised recently in my sort of wintry wardrobe, I realised I was missing some tops and some trousers. So this summer I want to plug some gaps. I will come up with a few plans, and I will show those to you as I come up with them. So that's going to be some fun times playing dress up. So that's about all I have to talk to you about this week. Next week I will have those 2 knit dresses to show you, the one I've already made and the second one I've almost finished. And we'll see what else I manage to come up with over the weekend. I'm sure I'll just finish that knit dress off and hopefully at least start something else anyway. So yeah, that is it from me. Thank you very much for being here today, listening to me waffle. I hope you're well, I hope you're happy, and I hope you get loads and loads of sewing done, and I'll see you again soon. See ya.